Kia ora koutou. I am the Casual Kiwi, and this is my Lair of Darkness deck profile featuring Performapal Five-Rainbow Magician. So I'd like to thank, for the inspiration of this deck, David T. You can find his deck profile on Team Samurai's X1's channel, and I'll put a link in the description below. I've made a few changes to the profile, mainly the addition of the aforementioned Five-Rainbow Magician, just to give it more of a stun focus and more effectively close out the late game, because this is quite a grindy deck. So with that in mind, let's move on to the profile. So you want to play 3 Lilith Lady of Lament, 3 Wicked Warden, and just 1 Diabolus Lord of the Lair. So Lady of Lament is the only quick play Lair of Darkness monster, and it allows you to tribute any dark monster in order to search out 3 traps, which you reveal to your opponent, and then it's randomly picked one of them to set in your back row. And this is amazing. This is very much the heart and soul of the deck, and it is the main focus. Diabolus, you really want to have access to him mainly late game to finish off your opponent, and the best way to do that is to tribute another dark monster with Arima, and then Diabolus will add to your hand, and because of its effect, it can be tribute summoned from the hand after it's been searched by Arima, just like that. Bang, free Diabolus. You can also Foolish Burial it in order to have it summoned from the grave when you tribute a dark monster, but no, it has to be a dark monster on your side of the field. So if you are using the effects of the field spell Lair of Darkness to tribute your opponent's monsters, you won't be able to summon him out. You cannot tribute him, and you cannot target him with card effects. But really, the resources to keep him going come from these other monsters here, and they have got to be the priority in the deck. So that's the main monster lineup. You then go on to the supporting engine. So again, we're focusing on Lilith, so we run a lot of level 3 Dark Fiends. So the first one is Tour Guide from the Underworld, just really strong one of. You use this for rank 3 plays essentially. Then these you use in conjunction with Ties of the Brethren. So 2 Skarm and 1 Sangang. So you can use Skarm's effect in order to search Lilith to the hand, and you can use Sangang's effect to search out your Five-Rainbow Magician, or you can even search any of your hand traps. So it's incredibly useful in the deck. And it gets its effects when you tribute him off, or in the end phase in the case of Skarm. So personally for me, I run 2 Battle Fader, but this is entirely optional. You can totally run any hand trap you like. Need it. But Battle Fader is particularly good because the thing with Lilith is that it's not bad if you're tributing your own monsters, as long as you're not tributing Lilith herself. So if you've searched a Battle Fader to your hand with Sangang's effect, and you've searched Lilith with Skarm, then you're able to go into the next turn, basically just keep comboing off, keep setting cards, and keep out-resourcing your opponent. Performapal Five-Rainbow Magician. Now this card is fantastic in this deck, because if there are 0 set cards, all monsters they control can now attack or activate their effects, but 4 or more sets, and you can double all of the monsters' attack. So that is just incredible in this, because you can end up with a 6,000 attack, untargetable, untributable Diabolus, and just wreck your opponent with this. Again, it boosts everything, and it can really shut them out of activating their effects, because not a lot of back row heavy decks have been dominating the meta, and they won't be prepared to deal with the amount of back row hate you have in your trap lineup, nor will they be able to deal with this guy, because even if they destroy him, say that they ghost ogre him or something like that, then it has a graveyard effect that if any card is set to the field, then it will be activated in the pendulum zone, so it will immediately go back online. So it's very hard for your opponent to get rid of this once it's set, once it's in your pendulum zone and has its stun effect going. So that's it for the monster lineup. You then run 2 Lair of Darkness. So again, this is the card that allows you to tribute off your opponent's monsters by making them dark. It also special summons tokens, which you can further tribute off in order to if you have run out of opponent's monsters to tribute. So this can be incredibly powerful in the deck, but you only run 2 because they can. It's not a proactive card. So then you run 3 Ties of the Brethren. So this is what allows you to get a Sangang, a Skam, and a Lilith on board. It does have a 2,000 life point cost, but again, a lot of your back row will be what's protecting you, and the cost really allows you to just get a lot of resources. If you've used Ties, you'll probably end your board with a Lilith, a set trap, and a Lilith in hand plus whatever hand trap best suits you. So that's that. So then for draw power, you run 3 Allure of Darkness. Again, sometimes you will be happy to just allure away some of your dark monsters in order to be able to set more traps, just get your back row all prepared. And then finally for the spell lineup, I run 1 Foolish Burial. And this is just to basically get your Diabolus in the graveyard, easy peasy. But you can also use this to send a Skam, and in the end phase you can again search that Lilith, get it to your hand, be ready to combo off the following turn. So then we move on to the traps. I run 3 Paleos, so 2 Olenoides and 1 Dinomischus. Again, the reason you only run the 1 Dinomischus, and this is really the only card in the deck where you really just discard, is because you just want that banishing removal option. With these 2, again, it's about getting rid of their back row. And yeah, so those are the 3 Paleos. So you then run 2 Back to the Front, 2 Lost Wind, 2 Heavy Storm, 2 Mind Crush, and 2 Torrential Tribute. Again, this helps you recur Lilith. This helps you get more set cards and also negate their effects. This helps you hit their back row. This helps you hit their hand, and this helps you just wipe their board when you really need to. These are very much up to personal preference, up to what you feel is the right message choice. I might revisit these at some point, but I've found these have worked really good. And then finally for the traps, I run 1 Waking the Dragon, because you can reveal basically Waking the Dragon and 2 Torrential, or a Waking the Dragon and 2 Back to the Front, and it just puts your opponent in a really nasty dilemma. Finally, I run 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Solemn Strike. Note, you can't chain your Paleos off these because they are counter traps, but they are fantastic for just avoiding having your lair destroyed, targeted, whatever, and they're really solid options and just good against basically everything. So you must run that or 3 Solemn Strike in the alternative. So that's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. So this is really going to focus on the meat of the side deck rather than just Cherry's targets. 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice, so this is the new generic 2 Dark Monsters link. If all your Dark Monsters are boost, if it's destroyed, then you can add Lilith back to your hand, very powerful. 1 Nightmare Phoenix, can be a cherries target because your opponent will likely try and pop your back row with this card, but also it's just a really good generic removal option that is good to have access to in the deck. One for your Waking the Dragon target. One Naturia Exterior. So this basically allows you to just keep negating and negating and negating forever all of their spell and trap attempts, and is just big beat stick really. Completely shuts down the back row in any attempt to out your rainbow lock. One Paleozoic Opabenia, just good to go into with your paleos, as is totally awesome, depending on the situation. Then for level 3 XYZs I run anyway, Nightmare Shark, Super Quantal Mech Beast, Giga Brilliant, Fortune Tune, and yeah, basically this can help stall. This helps you boost up your monster's attack. This helps you pop a back row, and this helps you just push for game. And all of them can be leveled up into Downed Magician, which can just win you games. It does piercing, and basically you rank up into it by attaching any XYZ monster you control, which is rank 3 or lower. It gains 200 attack for each XYZ material attached to it. So that's it for the deck profile. Namihi, thank you for watching, and good night.